Hello and welcome back to Factorio, to Exotic Industries and to Raccoon City. I know it's only been a day for you, but it's been a week for me because I got completely confused about how to do nuclear. In particular, how to handle all the different types of nuclear fuel cells. So the situation we're in is, let's just double check here. These pillboxes are built, that's good. All right. These pillboxes are still the old ones. I'll deal with that in a minute. Sorry. What's happening is that we are burning through our uranium, and we're burning through it at quite a rate. So this uranium patch down here started off as 1.4 million. It's actually way down, right? So this has 130 left, and we've lost this cell entirely. So I'm going to need to grab some more uranium. But while I was doing that, I was thinking, hang on, I'm sure that because there are these different types of fuel cells, 4 of them, there ought to be a more efficient way to make uranium fuel cells, or nuclear fuel cells. And I tried building it, then I tried it in Factorio Planner, then I tried it in Factorio Planner again, and I recorded the episode twice, both times got completely confused. But I have ended up with what I think is the way to do it. Now, it consumes 153 uranium chunks a minute to power 4 of our power station blocks. We have 3 blocks, so this is the right amount of overkill, I think. This is down from well over 1,000 for the uranium-235 only. So it's a big improvement. And it uses very few machines. So ignore these. These are for making the steam. These are the nuclear power plants for steam. We need a fraction of an assembling machine for each type of fuel. Then we need a fraction of a chemical plant and of a centrifuge for the waste fuel recycling. And then right, let's change this. I'm just going to swap over some of these machines, which are clearly using a low tier of machine when we could be using a higher tier. Okay, and this is the big one. 14 centrifuges for this process becomes 4.8. Okay, and this is a process for making thorium from rock. So I think the thorium from rock process is the first thing we're going to look at. Because I think this is one where we can just have a simple module which does an import and an export. All right, let's push this to the side. Good. So this reckons we need 5 of these centrifuges. Okay. And they input hydrofluoric acid and they output hydrofluoric acid with a slight deficit. And they input stone and output stone again with a deficit. So I think what we're looking at here is some product loops. But there's no external inputs from this build. Let's move this here maybe. And I'm pretty sure we are getting hydrofluoric acids from somewhere on the network. So let's request in hydrofluoric acid. I don't know quite where this is. Nitric, dirty water, energy crystal solution. Hydrofluoric acid. Okay, it was under the petrochem. So I think what we can do is use a top-up valve, which should be somewhere. That's a non-return valve. Okay, so I want to request in some top-up valves. Don't need 50. 5 is more than enough. While we're there, I may as well request in some overflow valves, just so that I have them all to hand. Okay, so we'll need a top-up valve there. And then these need sand. Sorry, these need stone. and they need they produce stone as well, so I need to do some kind of priority work. There we go. I need to do some kind of priority work to make sure that we don't clog the belt. Right, let's have a look. Where's the... Here we go. If I move that back one tile, I can fit 6 miners in there. Okay, that's not going to work, is it? Because we need some kind of belt loop here. Okay. So this is going to input stone. Let's put it there, because then we can output... No, this way round. So the idea is it can output stone, and then it can input it immediately. And then the thorium-232 we need to pull off the belt. And this is being put to the inside of the belt. Is that the right way? So it's fine as long as I'm consistent. I just need to make sure that we only use 1/2 of the belt. Alright, so maybe let's request in a filter inserter. Again, I do not need 50. And let's hope we're actually making filter inserters. Alright, so if I take that, I'm just going to put them in a consistent place for now. Okay, that doesn't work out with where I've got the belt placed. It's not really important, but I always get caught up with making these builds consistent and neat. Alright. Don't really want an inserter doing things on the bend of a belt. Sometimes inserters get a bit wigged out with that. Okay, so I'm waiting on... There we are. A filter inserter, and I'm just going to box the thorium. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the idea of the thorium just going in a box. Now, let's have a look at these. These say that we have a net need for 5... We have... We're under 360 units of stone. It's a bit weird because we're producing stone and consuming it. But I think 360 is how much we need to make. And so the mining drill, quarries, produce 30. So to get from 30 to 360 is going to be 12. Let's just, yeah, it is 12. My high school maths worked. Okay, so that would be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and then we can make a second one of these. Okay, and then let's place it somewhere. Okay, I think we can have a display plate and set this to thorium. There we go. So then these... I can't sideload, can I? Because we're using the inside of the belt. But if I do that, that would work. Is this really what I want to do? I don't think so, because this is then going to be trying to load up the belt during the time when the belt is being emptied and filled. I really want to do the belt shenanigans here. Okay. That works. Good. And then obviously we need some inserters. Okay, that and that. Now, how do we power this thing? I would ideally like to do it with some of these. Is that going to work? It does work. It's a bit messy, and then I need one more. Yeah, let's call that a day. It's not the prettiest wiring job. And then if I put a truck in there, that's good. What I need to make sure is that the stone does not get clogged. And I'm a little worried it will get clogged if... I may have to rethink how the belting is done, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not sure the best way to do it. There is another way, actually. Yeah, so I'll get these to output onto a second belt. No, I won't. I'm going to have a think about this once there is a problem. No, so this isn't going to work, is it? So this belt is now jammed, is the problem. So once the belt is jammed, these can't output. Okay. What I can do is get them to output to the near side. So inserter mechanics work so that the belts doing the taking prefer to take from the near side of the belt. So what we're doing here is we're outputting to the near side, which means we should be pulling stone from the near side. And it would only be if there wasn't enough stone on the near side to fill the machine that it would grab from the outside. And given that the inside is only ever loaded by these machines, it can never saturate because it always puts back less stone than it takes. So that should work. Okay. Sorry, frog in the throat. I'm going to drink a cup of tea. And I'm going to tick this build off. So we've done the first thing, we've done the thorium. Alright, the second thing I had already done. So this is a contraption for making the fuel cells we need. And this is, if I've done the sums correct, sufficient for all the fuel cells we need. So for all 3 or even 4 reactors. I've replicated it for each build, but I think I'm going to... I think I'm going to dismantle 3 of them, probably off screen. Okay, next build. So the thorium is made. The next thing we need to do is the fuel cell recycling. So, because these are all small numbers of items, I'm doing everything through logistics bots. I think that's fair enough. I've just thought, this thorium is meant to function as a top-up. Okay, so I think what I want here instead of the red box is a... I'm trying to remember the... We'll leave it like this for now, but I've got a feeling that we want to use different types of boxes. So this should be a low priority thing. I think provider chests are the lowest priority. So that's fine. Okay. So I think we're starting to make fuel cells using the thorium. The next thing we need to deal with is fuel cell recycling. So these processes are already happening. Okay. And I don't want this chemical plant, so let's go back. I don't need the advanced chemical plant because it's such a slow process. So I'm just going to flip each of these to a genuine chemical plant rather than a heated one. And I'm going to do that down here as well. I could be doing all this with advanced plants, but that's a lot of a machine for a little bit of a process. Okay, so let's go back here. So I have a chemical plant here, which is going to be doing the recycling of our uranium-235. And then this produces a fluid. And I think this machine consumes the 235 fluid. So I think we can do the same thing. And work down the list. I think, because they all take in nitric acid. Okay. And the final one. There. So I think these all take nitric acid as an input. Let's move that out and then I can stand again. And I don't seem to have any basic chemical plants, so let's request in some of those just so that we've got them in our inventory for building in future. Right, where are they? They are here. I've got a request for those already. Obviously it's a request set to 0. Let's double check. It's really hard finding these things sometimes. I'm sure you're seeing it straight away in the video, but I'm having trouble seeing it myself in person. It's like those word search games where you have to find the words in the grid. There it is. Chemical plants. Okay, so I do have 10 of them. Oh, it's the... Sorry. It wasn't the chemical plants at all. It was the centrifuges. Okay, let's request 5 of those. And have a quick look at where we're being attacked. Okay, nothing particularly important. Although we do have new and improved pillboxes. So perhaps that's not them, is it? I'm going to have to go around between episodes and drop in these kind of defenses elsewhere, because I like the idea of having really good defenses. Okay, so these spit out rocks and only rocks. Okay, and I think for now I just box the rocks and let the logistics system take care. So I think this is our second build. Move it out of the way. And then we'll need some kind of request there. I can even move it one further. Good. That should give us some space for something else. So this is all the fuel cell recycling. Just check there's no other... Oh yes, there is something else. Okay. All right. So... they also produce... Ah, I'd forgotten the inputs, hadn't I? All right. So that was daft. So it needs an input because it needs the dead fuel cells. Yeah. Okay, and then it needs an output because it generates nuclear waste. Let's move that down to there. That's better. So what do we do with the nuclear waste? We put it through a nuclear waste disposal machine, which is one of these. Okay. I hope that will work. I'll double check the rates in a minute once everything's built. Cool. Okay, so that's all this recycling stuff done. And then what we have left is this process. Oh, yeah, that is correct. Okay, and then we have these processes as well. So that's done. Okay. So what are we doing now? This is the process to actually take raw uranium and turn it into the 235 and 238, which is then the feedstock for everything else. So this is one of those. One of these. Okay, so this makes that stuff, but this is a loop. Okay, so this takes 100 in, puts 99 out. Okay, so I think what we can do is that kind of loop, except this needs to be another top-up valve because I only want to put in the extra fluid here. Okay, let's move this out of the way a little bit because I'm thinking this build could fit in the same square as this build. Okay, so this produces the rocks, so we can just dump the rocks in a box. Okay, then to power this, we need some crushed things. It produces sand and nuclear waste. Okay, so nuclear waste. Why am I using yellow arms? I thought I decided that I would only use blue arms from now on. All right, and then it produces sand, which I think we can just trash into landfill. All right, so let's find landfill from sand. Good. And then that would go into a box. And it would go into a larger box. Like that. Okay. And then this needs crushed purified uranium. Okay. The crushed purified uranium comes from a purifier. And that takes in uranium and sulfuric acid, and it produces some side product. This. Okay, this takes in the fluid and produces the crushed uranium. So I think we can sandwich those two together. Okay. Good. Then this produces some dirty water, which I could bake off. But what does this do? This takes in 80 dirty water, produces 20. Okay, so I think this is another one where I want to do a loop. And it produces crushed uranium. This produces crushed uranium, and this is crushed purified. Okay, this is the only one that wants to go in there. And this consumes crushed uranium. Okay, so I think probably if we make that drop one tile further down, there we are. That's the crushed purified uranium from crushed uranium side products. But then I think we also make crushed uranium from a crusher. Okay, and this crushes raw uranium. That's it. And the raw uranium comes in. Does that look like a thing? It does. Let's just double check. This has a side product of stone. Okay. And then this needs to be the other recipe from stone. I think that's alright. I think that's a build. It's a bit scruffy. And I don't know if we've made sure that all the... Let's do that. I'm not sure we've made sure that everything is all linked up properly. Alright, we have sulfuric acid to bring in and nitric acid. And I can move this because it could share the belt. Which might actually be sensible to make sure that this is consumed preferentially. Okay, let's take this and just move it there for now. Okay, and let's start thinking about how this gets plumbed together. So I can move all of this up. Alright. And then we can start doing the fluids, because they're the first thing, aren't they? So, sulfuric acid is under petrochem. There we go. This is nitric acid. Yeah, it is nitric acid. Okay. And this is hydrofluoric acid. Yep. Energy crystal solution is not hydrochloric acid. Hydrofluoric acid. Kerosene, hydrofluoric. There we go. Okay, so that's the fluid inputs. Then I need basically this contraption. Okay, that way round. Okay, take that away, because I think I can put it like that. But then I haven't got room for the requester. Can this whole build go up? It can. Okay. Okay, I guess we'll just do this with a belt. And that, I think, is it. The only thing I want to do is make sure that this puts on the near side of the belt so that it gets jammed by the output here. Okay, let's set these requests. Feed the trucks. Ah, this needs a recipe, doesn't it? So this needs to be requesting in uranium chunks. Whoops. Ah, the truck fell on the floor. There it goes. Alright. Then we need the whole thing powered. Well, that is an absolute mess. But I don't think it matters. Okay, so that's all ready to go. Okay, those are waiting for fuel cells. I'm then going to run up to... And that's everything, so I think we can close this. I'm going to assume that works, and I'm going to start decommissioning these builds. So this is the recycling... No, this is science. Okay, let's take that away. This may end up giving us a horrible death. But never mind. This is our current recycling facility. That can go. In fact, this whole build can go in a minute. So I will disappear it in a moment. Okay, that can go. Then this is doing some recycling again. And I think... Yeah, I think it can go. That can go. This can go, along with its circuits. So if these builds down here work, I'm going to move them all up here, and we will cross the appropriate fingers. Okay. This just has a single unit. That's gone, so now this build can be... That can just go. Don't need it anymore. This build can go. I am taking my life in my hands. This may result in our entire base running out of power and us dying a hideous, hideous death. So let's go check on our builds and see if they are working. Okay. This doesn't have its sulfuric acid yet. It has it now. Okay. We're getting our... We're waiting on hydrofluoric acid. This is the one we need. Ah, okay. So... This... doesn't work so well. Let's move it there. And where's a good... I like that. We'll use a... Yeah, that will do. Alright, this spider seems really upset. It's just full, isn't it? I'll just start grabbing things out of its inventory, because it has got itself rather sad. Okay. Good. I think this half is all working. Yep, it is. And this is just waiting on enough crushed purified uranium. This only needs to run very, very slowly, I think, to make the whole thing work. It's kind of alarming that it's not running yet, but yeah. Okay, so why is this waiting? This is full of 235 fission solution. Ah, this is the thorium. Okay, so I've got all the recipes in the wrong places. Two, 3, 235. Okay, so then this is 233. And this is 233, so that goes there. Okay, and then this is polonium, which is this one. So by the odd one out, it must be that one. Yep. So that's all good. We have some things in boxes here. Oh, we have lots of things in boxes here. Good. So we have some 238, some polonium, and some 235. This is running. This is still waiting to get all the way up. I just have to trust that my maths is right and that this contraption here is sufficient to keep everything running. Right, let's run up to here. Is this making any thorium? No, because we haven't set the filter. Okay, so where is Where is thorium? It is here. Great. Okay. So this belt does look pretty stuck, doesn't it? Have I done something daft? What is this waiting on? Ah, it can't get its thorium-232 out. But this is meant to be a top-up valve. It should only be topping up when it's under... Okay. We're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way with a pump. So let's get a pump. The problem is this is backing up, and I don't want it to. All right, so if we take one of those. Okay, for belt and braces, I'm going to use an Right, let's just relieve the pressure. I'm going to use an overflow valve here just for... Yeah, just the belt and braces. Then we're going to wire this up. There to there. So there is currently 6K in there. So we're going to wire this. We're going to enable when the hydrofluoric... Is it hydrofluoric? Yeah. We're going to enable when hydrofluoric is less than 1000. Okay. And it is powered, so I think... Is it powered? Maybe it's not powered. Maybe that's part of the problem. Well, anyway, the level in here should reduce over time. Okay, so we'll try this, see if it's working. So this should be making thorium. That's clearly being taken somewhere. So if we come over here, this has made some polonium fuel rods. We have some 235 fuel rods. We're yet to have any of these fuel rods, but they all happen by byproducts being sent round. Oh no, this box here has a thorium-232, a polonium, and a uranium-238. So that's fine. I think we're good. I'm going to call this done, and I'm going to walk away, and we'll carry on with our lives and hope that everything is fine. I think in between episodes, I'm going to be slapping down the rest of our defences of this style everywhere. And then I may get inspired to turn on the long-range guns, but I will only turn them on in the next episode. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. So it's taken me a whole week to figure out those builds because I just couldn't work out the ratios. Ah, look, this is running. Let's run down. I like it. Yeah, this is running. So this is now producing some 235 and 238, which is going into this box. So I think everything is fine. And I think we can, from the other side of the map, is that dead? This one's dead. This can go. Yep. We can decommission that and that in a minute. And then in between episodes, I may relocate these builds up to here to leave the nuclear builds nice and neat. But that's something you don't really need to bother about. I can catch you up with that later. Oh, I did see something that's a little bit worrying. Let's head up here. Okay. Okay, this isn't running. Whoa, turn my bots off. Don't do jobs. Go away, go away. I don't want those gold bars. Alright, so this isn't running because this uranium-238 is no longer in the truck network. It will be for quite a while though. And anyway, I think we're making these charge canisters a different way now. So all in all, I don't think it's an issue. Alright, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, tell your friends. I will see you again soon, and fingers crossed it won't take me a week to do the next episode. Bye-bye.